Yeah,
He it down.
he sure did.
I seen it in her eyes.
You saw it in her eyes.
That wasn't all Tupac did. Additionally, he composed a six-figure love letter while incarcerated. From Kanye, who waited 10 years through her previous romances, to Eminem, who turned an adolescent pop star's crush into a 20-year conflict. These rappers went insane after meeting their crushes. You'll be shocked by what this last one did. Fasten your seatbelt. Now, let's get started. Eminem. In 1999, Christina Aguilera was 18 years old, had just released her #1 debut album, and had a slight crush. A harmless little crush on America's biggest new rapper.
I'm looking forward to meeting Eminem, actually.
You want to meet Eminem?
Yeah, I want to meet Eminem. I think he's cute.
Eminem shared the same sentiment. He claimed to think she was cute and saved a poster of her after she won the 1999 MTV Europe Music Awards. It was reciprocated. It was delicious. Back ago, gossip magazines thrived on this type of celebrity flirtation. Then in early 2000, everything collapsed. Christina talked about hearing reports that Eminem had secretly wed Kim in her MTV special, What a Girl Wants. She also brought up the unsettling lyrics of his song, 97 Bonnie and Clyde, in which he raps about killing the mother of his child.
And it's kind of like aggravating to listen to, you know what I mean? It's really, I don't know, some of his albums kind of disturbing a little.
He wasn't even being attacked by her. When she voiced her concerns about domestic abuse as a teenager, Eminem took it personally, genuine on a personal level.
I was like, no, you didn't just say that, you little b-. And then she said, yeah, and you know, doesn't he have a song about his baby's mother?
He released the original Slim Shady months later, and everyone on the planet heard him retaliate against her. A little on wax, he called her. He claimed that she had given him an STD. In the music video, he transformed her into a blow-up doll. He didn't end there. He talked about snatching her by the hair and dragged her across the Sahara on the song, Off the Wall with Redmond. Then she was made fun of as Christina Aguilera in a whole animated web series episode. The conflict lasted for nearly 20 years. Eminem mentioned her name once again during his kickoff freestyle in 2018. Finally exhausted, Christina delivered her assessment on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah, I mean that's real thirsty. I don't know what's going on.
18 years of misogynistic public conflict resulted from a teenage crush. Eminem went as far as that. Drake. When Rihanna was filming Panda Replay in Toronto in 2005, Drake got to know her. She was already a star, and he was just a child in the background. The man was unable to let her go after that. In 2009, shortly after her breakup with Chris Brown, they were seen making out at NYC's Lucky Strike bowling alley. Rapping about feeling like a pawn after she gave him quality time and then vanished, Drake immortalized the evening in his song Fireworks. That ought to have been it. It wasn't. It was just the start. Drake made references to Rihanna in album after album throughout the course of the following 15 years, including What's My Name, Take Care, Marvin's Room, and The Ride. There was a Rihanna chapter hidden in every phase of his career. The rumors of intermittent dating peaked in 2012, the live performances were intense, and the collaborations were sensual. Then came the 2016 MTV VMAs, where Drake gave Rihanna the Video Vanguard Award and declared, in front of millions of people, that he had been in love with her since he was 22. He gave her a kiss. Rihanna gracefully left as the internet collapsed. She told Vogue a year later that although they were no longer friends, they were also not adversaries. She went on. Drake didn't. By 2023, Rihanna was a mother of two with A$AP Rocky, fully content and settled. Drake's album All the Dogs was released, and astute fans noticed subtle jabs on songs like Fear of Heights, lines that seemed to be directed at her current relationship and even her vacation spots in the Antilles, a clear allusion to Barbados. It's hardly romance when a man writes about a lady 20 years after they hardly dated and she's raising children with someone else. He developed a whole discography as a result of this obsession. West, Kanye. Before Kim Kardashian was even Kim Kardashian, Kanye West fell in love with her. He was finished when he spotted a picture of her standing next to Paris Hilton in the early 2000s, when Kim was only a stylist for Brandy. He later said to the public that as soon as he laid eyes on that girl's face, he wanted to marry her.
I wanted to marry that girl from the first time I saw her, and I just had to wait through a bunch of relationships to finally get my chance.
That's the problem. Kanye was holding out. In reality, he was wading through all of Kim's relationships, including those with Chris Humphries and Reggie Bush. He bided his time, remained close as a buddy, and kept his eyes on the prize.
You know, next I expressed it in songs like Lost in the World. I wrote like this poem to her, and it ended up being the lyrics for Lost in the World.
Even while she was married to someone else, he composed a sonnet for her. The words to Lost in the World, "Off my beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy" were taken from the poetry. In 2012, he was given the opportunity, and he didn't waste it. On her birthday, he proposed with a full orchestra and a 15-carat ring at a baseball field. The Kim empire was constructed by him. He incorporated their whole romance into reality television. He created a worldwide media circus out of 10 years of waiting. The problem with waiting so long for someone, though, is this. It doesn't always turn out nicely. In 2025, Kanye expressed on a live stream that he wishes he had children with Paris Hilton rather than Kim due to the wealth of the Hilton family. Suddenly, the man who had been pining for almost 10 years was publicly rewriting history. When admiration turns into obsession, that's what occurs. The distinction between fixation and love is becoming increasingly hazy. Shakur Tupac. Tupac and Madonna were secretly dating in the middle of the 1990s. According to all accounts, the relationship was strong, but no one knew until Madonna eventually revealed it on Howard Stern years later. There is a story about it in E40. He claims that one evening, Madonna was in the passenger seat when Tupac arrived to Saturday Night Live carrying marijuana for him.
So he pulls up, but guess who he pulls up with?
Who?
Like a virgin.
It was that type of love. Public and wild, but not overly hostile on either side. However, Tupac's imprisonment in Clinton Correctional Facility in January 1995 was the true testament to the depth of his emotions. He sat down and penned a 3-page handwritten letter to Madonna at 4:30 in the morning, apologizing and outlining the reasons behind their breakup. The letter weighs a much. He described how a young black man found it challenging to appropriately express love for an older white woman as a result of racism. He expressed regret for his actions. He cautioned her about potentially harmful individuals in her social group. To have a face-to-face conversation, he even invited her to visit him in prison. The letter was put up for auction years later. Citing privacy concerns, Madonna attempted to stop the sale, but was unsuccessful. The letter fetched a hefty 6-figure price. Consider the degree of obsession required to write a 3-page letter of apology to a well-known woman from a prison cell at 4:30 in the morning. It wasn't a casual notice of breakup. In a relationship he was unable to resolve, that man was emotionally drowning. Madonna was addicted, according to E40, who witnessed it firsthand.
He took it down.
He sure did.
I seen it in her eyes.
You saw it in her eyes.
Pac carried that passion with him to the afterlife. Hip-hop history now includes the letter, The Future. In 2013, Future and Ciara were a couple. In Times Square, he proposed. Future Zahir was their joint child. It appeared to be the beginning of eternity in May 2014. It wasn't. The engagement ended at the end of 2014, and the breakup quickly became acrimonious. Future was accused by Tiara of having an affair with his stylist. Future disputed everything and provided Entertainment Weekly his account of what happened, claiming that their relationship had nothing to do with the fact that 95% of relationships end in adultery. They simply drifted apart. He then composed the song. With Future drowning his suffering in lean, songs like Throwaway and Codin' Crazy from the Monster mixtape became coded breakup anthems. Today, we are all familiar with the toxic rapper character. That heartbreak gave rise to it. However, this is where Future really overreached itself. Tiara moved on. In 2016, she wed Russell Wilson. Together with the NFL quarterback, she created a lovely family. The story was finished by any standard. The Future ought to have moved on as well. He didn't. In July 2023, some 10 years after their breakup, Future joined Quavo on the song Turn Your Click Up and took aim at Russell Wilson, a man who had nothing to do with their relationship, but just so happened to become married to his ex-Future, really stated in a 2014 interview that he had brought Carrera into his life 7 years prior to their meeting.
Me and Rock, we was riding and she was shooting a video on the curb and he was like, man, I know. I was like, dang, she look good, man.
Before they even spoke, they were fixated for 7 years. After that, there was a courtship, a split, and almost 10 years of public humiliation. If his life relied on it, Future would never be able to go on. He continued to rave about her husband while Carrera continued to win. Meek. Before it was hip, Meek Mill had a craving for Nicki Minaj. We are discussing 2010. He was tweeting at her, sharing freestyles about her, and remixing Drake's Miss Me to express his desire to sleep with her someday. It's clear that he hit it hard. No filter. Rapper lust on full display. After Nicki's long-term relationship with Safri ended in 2014, Meek was given his chance. They began dating. He was included in her album, The Pink Print. In interviews, he referred to her as his fiancée. Meek expressed his feelings for the Rio in detail when they sat down, treating her as if she were his idealized version of himself.
Everything I ever rapped about in my life came true. If I like listen to all my old mixtapes as a kid, stuff like that, all the cars and stuff.
He had been speaking it into existence for years, according to his own words.
Don't get it wrong, I know all Nicki raps, even before I ever knew her.
Because
she be laughing when I be rapping her rap.
Because she was your dream girl.
For 2.5 years, they were the hip-hop power couple. Then, in January 2017, Nicki announced on Twitter that she was no longer single and was concentrating on her career. Years of one of the messiest post-breakup feuds in hip-hop history ensued. Cryptic Instagram shade, sub-tweets, a 2020 verbal brawl in West Hollywood that got caught on tape, mutual claims involving family members, and serious allegations. After dating her for 4 years and publicly lusting after her on Twitter, the man was unable to end their relationship amicably years later. The entire storyline of Meek and Nicki began as a fairy tale. He came to life as a warning about falling in love too loudly and losing someone too publicly. The young boy never broke again. NBA YoungBoy rapped over Jay-Z's track in a freestyle titled The Story of OJ Top Version that was released in October 2020. Additionally, he didn't make a subtle shot on this freestyle. Like a sniper, he fired it. He talked of wanting to persuade Fee, his manager and a longtime Lil Wayne acquaintance, to let Lil Wayne's daughter Regina Carter know how big of a deal it would be if they had a child together. On the bar itself, however, he even claimed to be serious. The gossip went crazy. What was going on was explained by The Morning Club.
In addition, it looks like he's shooting his shot at Regina.
I thought he was with Floyd Mayweather's daughter, right?
When YFN Lucci, who had been in an intermittent relationship with Regina, clapped back forcefully, things got rougher.
Just a clever line, but YFN Lucci didn't think so. And he actually posted, boy, a real bitch in person.
Is he still with Regina?
Young boy didn't change his mind. The line was not softened by him. For the entire hip-hop community to analyze, he left it in the freestyle. A clear, direct, and public jab at the daughter of a legendary rapper, with her ex-boyfriend responding in real time on Instagram. Regina's direct response is never documented. No bond developed from the start. A young rapper from Baton Rouge publicly expressed his desire to establish a family with someone he hardly knew on a viral freestyle that the entire world could hear. It's not even close to being covered with bold. Hey Gotti. The majority of rappers who give their all in a song receive little in return. He made a successful song into a real relationship, Yo Gotti. Yachty released the song, Down in the DM, at the end of 2015, and it quickly shot to the top of the charts. The song wasn't subtle, and fans and industry insiders quickly discovered out it was directed specifically at Angela Simmons, the daughter of Rev Run from Run DMC. It was a full-length commercial single disguised as a romantic letter. This is the crazy part. It was successful. Soon after, Angela noticed that they were dating. It was genuine. It was verified and unfolded in the public light for a while. The enthusiasm is well captured in a moment from an interview with Yachty.
I feel like it's, you wanna take that? I feel like, yeah, go ahead. Hold on. Yeah, what up?
Hello?
I'm doing an interview right now.
In fact, Angela called him during a recorded sit-down. She was on the phone. He was sidestepping. In actual time, the chemistry was present.
Okay.
All right. It was Shorty.
Yeah. I wanted to say hi, but I was just.
Yeah, you should have.
I should have.
Yeah.
Eventually, the romance ended. In subsequent interviews, Angela added that although they weren't in sync, the love was genuine, that he might not have been prepared. However, Yodi accomplished what most rappers can only imagine for a small period of time. For his crush, he wrote a popular song. In fact, the crush said yes. Royce stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. The Shady 2.0 cipher from the 2011 BET Hip Hop Awards is now legendary. In front of millions, Eminem Royce rapped 5 Foot and Slaughterhouse and Yellow Wolf over the Tried by 12 instrumental. In the middle of his verse, Royce to 5 feet 9 inches dropped 2 words that would dominate Twitter for more than 20 hours. Hello, Rihanna. That's all. All he said was that. The brief statement that they would go together if she told him she loved his music once more came next. Before he continued to rap, Rihanna performed a casual, aimed at the world's largest pop artist. 2 words were spoken on a national stage in front of every significant rapper. Twitter erupted. Hi, Rihanna was popular for almost a whole day. Then the unimaginable occurred. In response, Rihanna herself said, "Hi at Roycea 59. Royce later told Vibe that the statement wasn't entirely made up. At the V Festival in the UK, he had really run into Rihanna, who approached him to express her admiration for one of his tracks. The cipher line was his attempt to honor that one instant by reaching back across time and space and placing a wager that it would land. It's great because it landed harder than anyone could have imagined. It was neither a long-form preoccupation nor a spooky lyric. In just 2 syllables, it conveyed confidence. Royce made his statement to the world. I see her. I respect her. And I'm not afraid to say it on the biggest stage in hip-hop. Rihanna admitted it. The moment of the year was shared on the internet. And no one went over any boundaries. You do things that way. Drake. Drake's 20-year romance with Rihanna has already been discussed, but his musical career is not limited to just one celebrity crush. He follows a pattern. Additionally, in 2010, he released one of the most daring and eye-catching crush bars in contemporary hip-hop history, directed at Nicki Minaj, his label mate on Young Money. In the song Miss Me from his first album, Thank Me Later, Drake talked about how much he loved Nicki, that he hoped they would marry someday, and that he was serious if she was on board. He also mentioned how her verses attracted him and how well-fitting her jeans were. That's a marriage proposal to a label mate concealed in a verse on a first album. Over the years, Nicki has discussed their relationship on many shows. They've experienced highs and lows, arguments and reconciliations. She added that some of the best advice she has ever received in her profession came from Drake.
What's your favorite Drake story? Like your favorite personal Drake story you can
Oh my
tell
God,
us?
how he's always mad at me over something. Drake is always mad at me.
She has compared their connection to that of an elderly married couple who constantly argue and reconcile.
He always finds a reason to not be my friends anymore. We're like an old married couple.
How many times have you guys fallen out?
A lot.
When you combine his fixation with Rihanna with the Miss Me lyrics, a distinct pattern becomes apparent. Drake transforms his crushes into works of art that reach the top of the charts. He pines in choruses and makes proposals in verses. He bases whole songs on the women he desires, but is unable to have. Depending on whose side of the speaker you are on, you may find it romantic or unrelenting. The Stallion Megan. Rappers' tendency to publicly criticize their affections is not exclusive to men. During one of her popular Megan Monday freestyle sessions in October 2020, Megan Thee Stallion demonstrated this. Megan made a bold statement about not doing titles in the middle of the freestyle. However, if she went on a date, it would only be with Michael. No last name, which one had to be determined by the internet. Michael B. Jordan was chosen by the majority of fans. In all honesty, the data is compelling.
She said, I'm a hot girl, I don't do titles. If I do date, it would be Michael. When she said that, I kind of stopped and said,
They already had ties in the public eye. They both served as coaches' representatives. At New York Fashion Week, they had been seen together. Additionally, Michael B. Jordan publicly tweeted his support for Megan and even gave her flowers following the shooting event involving Tory Lanez. On her Instagram story, she acknowledged him by referring to him as Waterhead, a moniker that implies they were more than just acquaintances.
He also sent Megan flowers as well, and Megan posted it on her story and said, "Thank you, Waterhead." So she's been giving him nicknames.
He even placed emojis of flames beneath her twerking videos.
I've been peeping his comments under Megan's post. One time Megan posted this video of her and her friends twerking, and Michael dropped this emoji under her video like he was shook.
The airy nature of Megan's shot sets it apart from the men's on this list. There was no years-long campaign, no obsession, no diss tracks, just a self-assured lady using a freestyle platform to openly express her preference as the entire industry watched. It was a shot. It became popular on the internet, and weeks' worth of headlines resulted from the hype. In one bar, that is contemporary hip-hop crush culture. 50 Cent. Since 50 Cent isn't about a hip-hop star or an actress in his age range, it may be the most surprising story on this list. It's about the renowned British actress Dame Helen Mirren, who is in her 70s. For more than 10 years, 50 Cent has openly expressed his infatuation with Helen Mirren. On Fallon, Conan, Colbert, and every late-night couch he sat on, he will always refer to her as sexy. He makes a joke about waiting for her husband to die with grace and patience. He explained why he had fallen in love with her in a 2018 Conan appearance.
I just saw her in the south of France when we was out there, and she just looked at me, and this interesting thing was going on in her eyes.
He described in detail the energy he felt when he saw her in the south of France, even while her husband was seated close by.
And she looks at you like she knows she's sexy, like in her mind. I'm like, her husband's not far behind while she's doing it.
Conan hypothesized that her husband might perish in a Zeppelin crash.
As long as he's alive, I wouldn't say yes. I wouldn't say yes while he's alive and later.
Well, he's alive, yeah, he wouldn't say yes.
Right.
Yeah, it's not right.
It's not right, because you know what? Yeah. I don't want nobody waiting on me.
50 Cent maintained his deference. In a way, that is the entirety of it. Each time, consistent across years, self-aware and playful. In contrast to the majority of the stories on this list, 50 Cent's version of going too far is going too far with a joke, bringing it up so frequently on so many platforms that Helen Mirren had to address it in her own interviews. It's a persistent joke that won't go away. And 50 Cent's harmless, persistent comedy crush is, quite frankly, the most endearing song on the list of diss tracks, jail letters, and decades of public pining. To view further films similar to this one, click on one of the cards on your screen.